Let me speak to you plainly, because the hour is late, and your future will not wait. You are not simply a body moving through space, not merely flesh bound by habit and time. You are a creative force, a maker of destiny, and every word that escapes your lips, every thought you allow to take root in your mind, and every cent you invest or squander, these are the bricks and mortar of your fate. Do not be deceived. Destiny is not some cosmic lottery ticket or a hand dealt by the indifferent winds of chance. Numbered destiny is earned. It is built. It is spoken into existence. It is sculpted by thought and action, day by day, until the world has no choice but to conform to the image held steady in your soul. You see, the mouth is a wand, the mind is a furnace, and money is the echo of your internal world made visible. These three forces, speech, thought, and wealth, are not separate. They are triplets, born from belief and bound by purpose. Ignore one, and the others will collapse. Master all three, and nothing will remain outside your reach. So I ask you now, what are you speaking into the world? What phrases do you repeat when no one is listening? What curses have you placed on your own life, disguising them as facts, as self-deprecating humor, as humble realism? Do not underestimate the power of your words. They are commands to the subconscious, blueprints handed to the infinite. The words you speak today will become the environment you walk through tomorrow. When you say, "I can't," the universe responds, "As you wish." When you declare, "I'm broke," money turns and flees like a frightened child. But when you rise each day and affirm, "I am becoming wealth in motion," the wheels of unseen forces begin to turn in your favor. Your words program your beliefs harden into attitudes, your attitudes become behavior, and behavior, my friend, is what destiny is made of. The world is full of men and women who do not realize that their mouth is a steering wheel. They speak idly, carelessly, unaware that every casual complaint and sarcastic jab is guiding their life off a cliff. But not you, not anymore. From this moment forward, you must become a guardian at the gates of your lips. Now let us move deeper into the furnace itself, the mind. For if the mouth is a wand, the mind is the source of its magic. The mind is the workshop of the soul. It is the place where all things, good or evil, are first created. If you allow your mind to become a dumping ground for doubt, fear, and jealousy, then no amount of external effort will save you. But if you train your mind like a disciplined athlete, you will possess the power to summon mountains and command oceans. Understand this. Every invention, every empire, every fortune began as a single thought, a whisper in the mind of one who dared to listen, dared to believe, dared to act. Thoughts are not harmless. They are seeds, seeds that bloom into circumstances. Guard your thoughts as you would guard a newborn child, because what you permit to dwell in your mind will grow teeth, it will grow muscle, and soon it will walk beside you, either as your servant or your master. Let me ask you, do you feed your mind with the nourishment of greatness, or do you starve it with triviality and noise? Do you read the words of giants, or do you scroll endlessly through the echoes of mediocrity? A man's mind is his greatest asset, or his most brutal prison. If you allow your thoughts to drift, to wander, to replay failures like a broken record, then you have forfeited the throne of your potential. But if you decide, truly decide, that your mind shall serve your highest vision, then you have found the key to the kingdom. You must train your mind to imagine prosperity so vividly that the universe is forced to comply. You must see yourself walking in abundance before a penny touches your palm. You must feel the joy of achievement before the crowd applauds, because the subconscious mind cannot distinguish between imagination and reality. It only responds to repetition, emotion, and belief. Plant the right seeds, and the harvest is inevitable. Now we come to money, not as a god, not as an idol, but as a mirror. Money is not evil. It is not holy. It is not moral or immoral. It is a servant, a reflection. It will become whatever you believe it to be. If you believe that money corrupts, it will flee from you. If you believe that wealth is for others, it will avoid you like the plague. But if you believe that money is a tool for expansion, for service, for freedom, for impact, it will begin to flow in your direction. Money is simply energy. It flows where there is value. It flows where there is certainty. It flows toward those who treat it with respect. The way you speak about money, the way you think about it, and the way you manage even the smallest coin, all of it is training. You are always in training. Every dollar is a test. Every decision is a vote for the future you are building. Do not wish for money. Become a person to whom money is drawn. Develop the habits, cultivate the mindset. Speak the language of wealth until the sound of poverty disgusts you. Let us return to your mouth. You must never again say, "I'm just not good with money." Never again claim, "That's too expensive." Speak instead like a builder, like an owner, like one who commands results. Say instead, "I am learning to multiply resources." Say, "I choose to invest in my future." Say, "Wealth is not outside me, it begins within me." You are not waiting to become wealthy. You are already becoming. The transformation began the moment you accepted responsibility for your inner world. Stop looking for evidence in your bank account. The evidence is in your discipline. The proof is in your preparation. The result is inevitable if you persist. Do you understand what I'm telling you? You don't need more time. You need more clarity. You don't need more talent. You need more belief. You don't need to be lucky. You need to be loyal to your vision, to your purpose, to your higher self. Every day is a negotiation between your old identity and the one you are becoming. Every morning you rise to a battlefield, not one of guns and blood, but of words, thoughts, and silent decisions. The war is waged in your reflection, in your rituals, in what you whisper to yourself before the world ever hears your voice. The question is never, "What will happen to me?" The real question is, "What will I allow within me?" Because what is within will shape what unfolds. Do not be fooled by appearances. A man may look poor, but if his thoughts are rich, he will rise. Another may look successful, but if his thoughts are poisoned with fear and self-doubt, he is already crumbling from within. You must become obsessed, not with money itself, but with alignment. When your thoughts, your words, and your financial habits all reflect the same standard, the standard of excellence, a value of truth, then life begins to obey you, not because the world changes, but because you do. And when you change, your frequency changes. And when your frequency changes, your circumstances rearrange. Let me tell you something few dare to say. You can talk your way into poverty. You can think yourself into failure. You can spend your money in ways that betray your dreams. And just as easily, you can reverse it. You can speak abundance until it echoes back to you. You can think in images of triumph until you walk like a conqueror. You can treat every transaction as a vote for the life you desire. I do not care how small your beginnings. I began in a one-room cabin, but I refused to let that cabin define the boundaries of my mind. I began speaking the language of success before success ever knew my name. Speak boldly, even when no one believes you, especially then, because the words you speak in solitude are the ones that shape the crowd's response. Money follows certainty, but certainty begins with the words you say when you are alone. Now listen carefully. Your mouth, your mind, and your money, they are always aligned to something, if not to purpose, then to fear. If not to growth, then to stagnation. You must choose what you are aligned to. You must speak with intention, think with design, spend with vision. If you say you want freedom, but every word is laced with doubt, and every thought is soaked in guilt, and every purchase feeds a need for distraction, you are lying to yourself. And the universe does not reward lies. It rewards congruence. You must become a unified field of energy, moving in one direction. That is the secret of power. That is the secret of influence. That is the secret of success. People will feel it before they hear it. Opportunities will bend toward you. Money will begin to orbit your purpose like a moon obeying gravity. But you must remain consistent, unshakable, relentless in self-mastery. There are those who say, "But I've tried. I've spoken affirmations. I've read the books. I've made vision boards." And I say, did you believe it when you said it? Did you feel it? Did you allow the fire of your own spirit to breathe life into the words? Or did you repeat them like an actor reading lines, hollow and unsure? You must speak as one who commands the future. Think as one who has already arrived. Handle money like one who knows its purpose. Because when your soul vibrates at the frequency of truth, the world has no choice but to respond. The only thing separating you from the life you want is internal alignment. Mouth, mind, money, speak it, think it, live it, every hour of the day, not for show, not to impress, but because you are no longer available for anything less. Let me tell you what happens when you finally align. You begin to attract new conversations. New thoughts arrive like guests at a feast you forgot you prepared. Money flows, not as a reward, but as a reflection. You do not chase it. You attract it, and you hold it with reverence because you understand it is not the end. It is the echo, an echo of a decision, a vow, a transformation. I knew this truth when I walked with the great minds of my time. I sat across from Carnegie, Edison, Ford, not because I was lucky, but because my words carried conviction, my thoughts carried clarity, and my habits matched the identity I had already claimed. You must stop negotiating with mediocrity. You must stop explaining your dreams to people who have surrendered theirs. You must rise now, not someday, not when things are easier. Now, because you are already standing at the door of greatness, the only thing that will open it is your own voice, your own belief, your own discipline. There comes a moment when you must become violent with indecision. You must slay hesitation like a traitor and silence the voices that whisper, "Wait," because waiting is the language of the defeated. You do not wait for clarity. You speak it. You do not wait for wealth. You train for it. You do not wait for belief. You build it like a tower of light from the ground up. Everything you desire is already circling you, waiting for permission to land. And permission is granted by alignment. Your words are the signal. Your thoughts are the fuel. Your habits are the runway. And money is the plane, ready to touch down. If and only if you remain unwavering. Do not curse yourself with sarcasm. Do not joke about failure and think the subconscious doesn't hear you. The subconscious has no sense of humor. It only obeys. Speak only what you wish to experience. Think only what you are willing to become. Spend only in ways that reflect the kingdom you are building. You want to know the truth about wealth, real wealth? It does not begin with strategies. It begins with standards. It is not about tips and tactics. It's about identity. You rise not because of information, but because of transformation. When you stop tolerating low speech, small thinking, and careless spending, you begin to rise. Not by accident, but by design. You must walk into every room like your presence is an investment. Speak like your words will echo for a decade. Think like kings and queens are watching. And spend as if every transaction is a prophecy. Yes, your wallet prophesies your future, because how you use money reveals what you believe you're worth. Spend on things that elevate you. Invest in what multiplies you. And destroy the impulse to numb yourself with things that dull your edge. I once said, whatever the mind of man can conceive and believe, it can achieve. And I meant every word. But many forget the middle part. Believe. You must believe, not weakly, not occasionally, but fiercely. As a soldier believes in his mission, your beliefs will always outrun your desires. You may want wealth, you may crave freedom. But if you believe in lack, then lack is your God. You must rewire your beliefs with every spoken word, every visualization, every dollar spent with sacred intention. Repetition is not boring. It is the hammer that reshapes identity. So speak until you believe it. Think it until it becomes bone deep. Act as if the transformation is already complete, because it is, because it must be if you're to see it reflected in the mirror of life. There are laws in this universe, invisible but immovable, and one of them is this: whatever you consistently focus on, you become. If you speak of growth, you grow. If you think in power, you rise. If you treat money with reverence, it multiplies. But if your attention is divided, if your words are sloppy, if your financial energy is chaotic, then life reflects back that confusion. Success is not earned once. It is chosen daily. With every breath, every word, every decision. You cannot afford the luxury of self-pity. You cannot indulge in the poison of envy. You cannot keep speaking as if you are still who you once were. You are not. You are becoming. And becoming demands language that supports evolution, not excuses. Speak like one reborn. Think like one anointed. Handle your money like a sovereign, not a slave. There will be days when the old you knocks on the door. He will say, "It's too hard." She will whisper, "What if we fail?" Smile, let them speak, and then slam the door in their face, because you no longer rent space to limitation. You are now a full-time architect of destiny. Your mouth speaks blueprints. Your mind frames the structure. And your money, that is the material used to build the castle. You must stop playing small for the comfort of others. You must stop seeking approval for dreams that were planted in your soul, not theirs. The world does not need your compliance. It needs your conviction. So speak like your life depends on it, because it does. Think like you are already there, because your mind doesn't know the difference. And spend like you're already trusted by the universe, because you are. There is a sacred force moving through you right now if you dare to awaken it. A force that does not beg, does not fear, does not shrink. It commands, it declares, it creates. You've felt it before. In those moments when you stood tall despite the odds, when your words hit like thunder, when your thoughts refused to back down, that was not chance. That was you, unfiltered, unafraid, untamed. The question is, will you live from that place, or will you tuck it away, only to bring it out when life pushes you too far? I say, bring it out now. Let your voice rise. Let your mind be an inferno. Let your money reflect a new code, one of excellence, clarity, and destiny. You cannot afford to speak weakness and expect strength. You cannot think scarcity and expect overflow. You cannot spend carelessly and expect stability. You must become the embodiment of what you desire. Walk like it. Talk like it. Think like it. I have seen men rise from dirt floors to penthouses. I have seen women transform their minds and watch nations take notice. And it all began with a word, a thought, a choice. So what will you choose? What words will define you? If you spoke only what you desired, if you thought only what supported your greatness, if you spent only in alignment with your future self, how different would your life be? This is not a game. It is not motivation for the sake of a fleeting feeling. This is architecture. It is inner alchemy. The transformation of raw material, of doubt, shame, fear into gold. And the gold appears in your speech, in your mental clarity, and yes, in your bank account. Because wealth is not separate from spirit. It is the echo of integrity. People often say, money isn't everything, and they are correct. But here is the full truth. Money touches everything. Your health, your time, your peace, your ability to serve. So stop treating it as an afterthought. Treat it as a sacred responsibility. Every pound, every dollar, every euro, it is energy. It flows toward order, away from chaos. If your thoughts are chaotic, money runs. If your words are fearful, money avoids you. But if you think with precision, if you speak with authority, if you steward every coin with discipline, money comes, money stays, money multiplies. Do not wait for external change. Begin with the internal. Speak a new world. Think in terms of power. And every time you touch your wallet, do so with intention. That is the ritual of kings. That is the rhythm of queens. There is a vibration that success responds to, and it is not noise. It is not desperation. It is not panic. It is certainty, stillness, a calm, unwavering confidence that says, I am the source. I am the cause. I am not chasing wealth. I am calling it back to where it belongs. But that vibration cannot be faked. It must be built. And it is built in silence, in discipline, in the consistent mastery of your words, your thoughts, and your money. Yes, I will say it again. Your mouth, your mind, and your money are the holy trinity of manifestation. When one is out of alignment, the others suffer. But when all three move together in harmony, you become unstoppable. You become magnetic, commanding, limitless. You walk through storms and come out dry. You walk into rooms and change their temperature. Because you are no longer trying to win, you are the win. So now, my friend, the path is lit. You know what must be done. This is your awakening, your line in the sand. Speak as if your voice builds empires. Think as if every thought bends reality. Spend as if you are investing in a legacy, because you are. You are not here to survive. You are here to transform, to shake the dust off your dreams, to rise from the ashes of indecision and walk like destiny was carved into your bones. It is not too late. You are not behind. You are right on time if you begin now. Declare your new standard. Refuse anything beneath it. The world will adjust. People will fall away. Old identities will die. And something new, something unshakable, will emerge. And when it does, when your voice aligns with your thoughts, when your habits align with your wealth, when your belief becomes flesh, then you will no longer wonder about destiny. You will embody it. And the world will say, there goes one who speaks like a creator, thinks like a giant, and handles money like a sovereign. They will say, there goes a master of fate. And you will smile because you always knew. The world makes way for those who dare to rise. Click the Rise button now to subscribe and claim the destiny waiting for you. Your time is now.